All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing that you are well within your power to pursue something very meaningful for you. And this could have to do with your spiritual path. So that's what this reading is going to be about today. And I'm going to dive deeper into these energies. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer them at my website, ajstarot.com. Which is also linked down below in the description box. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a moment to like and subscribe. So, Sagittarius, your overall energy for the reading is the Queen of Wands. And that is you standing in your power, feeling confident, feeling good with that Sagittarius fire sign energy. However, when I clarified the Queen of Wands, I got the Three of Swords and Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So there's something quite painful that could be coming up for you at this time. And with the Knight of Wands, you could be getting a little bit carried away in that energy of pain. And there could be some fear of some type of ending with the Ten of Swords, or you could be experiencing some type of ending, some type of heartbreak. However, I'm seeing this mostly as a fear more than something that you're actively going through, or maybe an old pain that's resurfacing. But your oracle cards today are the Creator, Healing, and the Miser. So the Miser is this energy of lack and fear, and kind of always coming from a place of lack. It's the part of us that grabs out for more because we have this fear of not having enough. And Spirit is asking you to go within to heal that energy with the Creator and healing. There's something about you having the power to give yourself the healing energy and the love that you need to work with that energy of the Miser. And for many of you, there may be past heartbreak that creates a fear of sort of painful endings, and then you get kind of wrapped up in that. And Spirit's asking you to give yourself a little bit more grace and a little bit more gentleness, and to find it within yourself to heal what needs to be healed. Now, in the recent past, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Hierophant. So that's the energy of you moving away from something in order to move closer to a path that is meaningful for you. For some of you, that could have to do with your career here with the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant. But for others of you, that has to do with whatever it is that gives you meaning in your life. So some of you could be moving away from something that you started that didn't end up working out and moving towards something else, or you could be moving on from one group of people to another group of people, but I see you moving through something, and it's deeply tied to your sense of purpose, and in particular your spiritual commitments. Let's take a look at the Hierophants. We have the Emperor, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands. You're showing me this sense of I don't really know what is going to make me happy or what it is that I should be doing. There is sort of this emphasis on should. You could be someone who likes to be in the driver's seat, likes to know what's going to happen next, and what is going to happen next may not be immediately apparent to you. And I see you really trying to figure that out from a place of what is the best thing to do, what is the best choice to make. For many of you, I see you wanting to maintain control or harmony in your life and wanting to do sort of the best thing or make the best decision. And with the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, there could be quite a bit of stress for you around, am I making the right decision? Am I going in the right path? Let's take a look at the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the World card, the Knight of Cups. You're showing me that you went down some sort of path or went in one sort of direction that felt not so aligned with who you are or your values. There's something there, Seven of Swords, that could have felt deceptive or untrustworthy, a little bit shifty. And you're saying, even though I started down that path, just as soon as I started down it, I closed it. And you're kind of showing me I thought that was for the best, but I ultimately realized it wasn't. And through going through what you went through in that situation, it also helped you open up your heart and kind of connect more to your sense of feeling rather than, logic. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Death card. You're showing me that you were stuck in something, maybe a cycle, maybe a situation, but you weren't really moving forward. And with the Four of Pentacles, that's an energy of holding back. With the Hanged Man, that's like waiting in suspension or not moving forward. And then you're showing me death. I'm putting an end to staying still. I'm putting an end to staying in my comfort zone, and I'm moving on. But then, as you showed us with the Hierophant, you're like, I don't know exactly where I'm going, what that's going to mean for me, or what it's going to look like. And there's that stress over, am I making the right decision? In the current energy, we have the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords. So you're asking yourself, what is the decision that's going to most appeal to my heart? How can I kind of do what's best for me and what feels best for me and is most aligned with my values, what I feel? That Knight of Cups moves on to the King of Cups. So you're showing me that you're getting more in touch with your heart space and how you feel, and you're trying to let that guide you. But with the Page of Swords, I see you're still kind of asking, again, what is the correct action to take? Let's take a look at that King of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles. You're showing me that you start thinking about something that you could build into, that you could lend your energy to, something meaningful, but you kind of go back and forth with that Two of Pentacles. For the Two of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, the Ten of Wands, and the Death card. You go back and forth in terms of trusting your intuition, and there's some type of burdensome energy that's weighing on you, and it's almost like, again, this fear of something coming to an end, or not being able to control an outcome. Even though your intuition is sort of trying to guide you here, it's almost like you're not able to always hear that very clearly because you're so concerned with the outcome and like having the correct one. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords in the center of your reading. The Three of Cups, the Lovers, the Seven of Cups. I see the choice that you're trying to make here in your energy, but even though the choice is right there and you're like, yes, that's it, then something kind of happens and you get kind of pulled away from yourself, from your intuition, from the clarity within you, and you start to get confused. Why are you confused? We have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. There's something that you would have to do to commit your energy to this path that you're saying, I don't want to have to do that. I'll do anything but that. I'll work as hard as it takes to kind of move forward in my life, but there's like an element of this that I'm kind of refusing to participate in. The Devil, the Justice card, the King of Pentacles. There's this sense of not just needing to do the right thing, but of needing to do the most socially acceptable thing, or do the thing that would make the most money. There's something here about norms and what's accepted in the world around you or by your community with the Ten of Pentacles, that maybe you're aware of this and maybe you're not, but it guides sort of how you feel about this, even though if you were to take all of that away, it would be crystal clear. This is what I want to do. And so it's not even like someone else is necessarily telling you this is what you have to do, but over time you've kind of been conditioned to believe that you have to do things in a certain way, or that there's a certain outcome you have to achieve. And there could be some fear or some nervousness around going outside of that and kind of doing your own thing. Let's take a look at the King of Pentacles in the near future. The Moon, the Ten of Cups, the Page of Swords. There's a need to kind of interrogate really deeply what you do believe about happiness and wish fulfillment and what you believe is possible for you. Because if you only believe that one path is the best path, you'll be closed off to any other path that presents itself. And I kind of see you doing that here with the Moon. There's almost in your subconscious certain ideas about what constitutes fulfillment. And if it's not that one thing, then you're not really open to it. And it's almost like your heart is asking you to open up to what is it that would be truly fulfilling for you, even though that might set you on a bit of a different path. Let's take a look at Justice here. The Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands. Your sense of right and wrong is something that was formed in your childhood, and it's starting to come back up at this time. Whatever that sort of compass is, it's pointing you in different directions now, even though it was formed in your childhood. Page of Wands, Page of Cups, that's your younger self kind of coming up, coming through. And so your very value set, or sense of right and wrong, is asking to be edited or revised at this time. And you might find yourself sort of sitting still again with the Knight of Pentacles as you reevaluate which direction is correct for you and why. But the Knight of Pentacles, even though he goes slow, is still moving forward. Just maybe not at the frenzied sort of pace that our society demands of us. Let's take a look at the Knight of Pentacles. The World, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune. There's something that's ending for you, and as it ends, something new opens up. And it's a deep change. And with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, it's a big change, and it's not one that you're necessarily going to be able to miss. And I see you heading in that direction, kind of whether it's now or later. Ultimately, there's an element of fate here with the World and the Wheel of Fortune, where you're meant to go in this direction one way or another, and you can sort of delay it for now if you want, because of these fears and this conditioning, but eventually the changes that are meant for you will come. So let's get 3 cards of advice from the universe. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. You're holding on very tightly to your comfort zone in a way that you might not realize. Actually, I see you not seeing it at all. But there's some type of stability, and this could be a relationship for some of you, a family structure, a friend group, a way that you view yourself or the world that is trying to be gently pried out of your hands, sort of, by the universe, but you're holding on tight, and you're being asked to see it a little bit more clearly and let it go, so that you can step into whatever is next for you. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.